The terrorist event which seems to have racked New Orleans, where Bourbon Street, the symbol of celebration and vibrant life, has turned into a scene of chaos and grief. At 3:15 this morning, a driver in a pickup truck barreled down Bourbon Street at high speed, targeting pedestrians with chilling intentionality, and witnesses describe bodies strewn across the iconic street, a scene unimaginable on what should have been a jubilant New Year's morning. The driver then compounded the horror by opening fire, injuring 2 police officers among the victims. The numbers are worrying: 10 lives lost, 35 injured, a city scarred, and Superintendent Anne Kirkpatrick describes the perpetrator as hell-bent on creating carnage. This wasn't a case of impaired driving, it was deliberate devastation. The New Orleans mayor, LaToya Cantrell, referred to the incident as a terrorist attack, emphasizing the chaos and the improvised explosive devices found at the scene. Yet the FBI, represented by Special Agent Anthea Duncan, has publicly contradicted this, saying this is not a terrorist event. The clash raises profound questions about how we now define acts of terror. Is an act of terror something that is a terrorist attack because of its methods or because of its motive? While there are IEDs, their viability remains unclear, and the driver's intention has to be linked to a political or ideological agenda. Nevertheless, if the victims and their families suffer in this way, such distinctions may be painfully irrelevant. The attack comes on the cusp of one of New Orleans' most significant events, the Sugar Bowl. Thousands were sent to flock to the Superdome, but now the city faces an extraordinary challenge, balancing vigilance with reassurance, and Superintendent Kirkpatrick has urged residents to go about their day as normal, a phrase that feels almost surreal against the backdrop of the shattered lives. Witnesses' accounts paint a vivid picture of confusion and horror. Whit Davis, a frequent visitor to the city, described walking past bodies after being held in a bar during the initial chaos. His words encapsulate the shock shared by many. "I've never seen anything close to this bad." Governor Jeff Landry has called for prayers while urging people to stay away from the area. The French Quarter, normally buzzing with energy, now grapples with an eerie silence. This tragedy is emblematic of broader challenges: rising violence, public safety concerns, and the complexities of labelling and responding to modern threats. Whether or not this is considered a terrorist act, the psychological and communal impact mirrors that of terrorism. People now question their safety in spaces meant for joy. People are worried about going out. As New Orleans grapples with this tragedy, the broader world watches, reminded of life's fragility. For now, the city must balance mourning with resilience, and the investigation will provide answers in time, but healing, both physical and emotional, will take longer. I think it's something we should be reflecting on, this tragedy, with compassion, and I hope that New Orleans finds strength in its sorrow.